obviously the record, just your thoughts and immediate emotions, just everything.
Obviously, I'm so fired up for the kid. I mean, it's something he had been working on. We talked last week about just kind of what he had put into that bye week, how much pressure he puts on himself, and I just felt that I felt like he was in good shape, and I was expecting a great game by him. James and I both had a conversation before the game, and I told him I think he's going to have a spectacular game. I didn't know it'd be record breaking. I wish I could have called that, but I was expecting to have a good game because I saw where he was at, and he's so talented and he's such a great kid. It was just a cool moment for him. It was a cool moment for the specialist in general. Those three guys work together like brothers, and they love each other, and they spend so much time together. They have so much invested interest in each other on the field and off the field. And then you saw the reaction from the players and the energy it brought, and it just shows you how much they care for him. But it's just the team. It just shows you what our team's like around here and where we're going. There was a big momentum factor in that game going into halftime. I feel like we were a different team coming out at half, so it was really cool to just be a part of it and be an impact, on the win. Anytime special teams can be an impact in a good way, I love it.
How quickly did you know it had a shot?
Well, as he kicked it, it sounded good. The first thing I look at typically is the returner deep, and when I see a guy go back there, that makes a coach a little nervous because it is the possibility of a return. The one thing I did look for him as the ball was kicked, he didn't move, and when he didn't move, to me that meant it was on line, and that was the first thing I looked at. Was it was on line. I felt pretty good, pretty comfortable because I knew he had the leg strength to get there, and then feeling Logan's reaction. I think about halfway down the field to feel kind of some of the guys could see it. It felt good, and again, it was just good to see. It was cool to see, a cool moment for us.
What was the conversation like on the sideline? Cam said he told y'all before the drive if he got to the 50, he'd get it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we set the lines pregame, and we have a good idea what that looks like, and we have a line that we started with. And then he told me before the 50, and I of course communicated that with Coach. And as always, before that drive, I mentioned that again. We have a line, but he did say the 50. He said if he gets to the 50, he said he wants it. Of course, it goes on second down, and then of course it comes up again, and he goes, Heath, what do you think? And as I looked to see, I said he wants it, and as I looked to communicate with Cam as I normally would to see if he really wants it, he was already walking on the field, and I think that told us enough what his plan was, and he kind of looked at me with a smirk and a smile, and I said, Coach, he wants it. So it was great. It was cool. I mean, it's the classic. After him not playing to his best the last few games, I'm sure some people probably were hoping for a nice short one, an easy one. Let's send him out there for the record breaker and see what he can do with that. But I guess it just shows you the belief in him, the belief in himself, to never waver. Nobody wavered here. That's the cool thing. Everybody's, no one lost confidence, and so I had no problem sending him out there. It sounds crazy to send him out there in that circumstance, but everyone believed he could make it.
Heath, you got this skinny little kid from Arkansas, and if you look at the sidelines, obviously everybody's going to be excited, but it was a race between Josh and Coach to see who could get to him first. Devin Lloyd was jumping around like he was a little kid at Christmas time. I thought Jonah Monheim was going to swallow Cam up. But what does it say about Cam and his relationship with the team that these guys seem to really like him and embrace him? And it doesn't matter whether he makes a kick or not, they were there for him when he was missing.
They love him to death. I mean, he's not like one of those, a lot of times when you have specialists, they can be weird at times. He's one of the most popular guys on this team, and I think from a specialist perspective, that's not super normal. We're fortunate here; we have three good ones that's the case. But I think he's so lovable. I think everyone loves Cam. They love his personality. They love his focus when it comes to his craft. They know he puts more time than anybody, and I think they just love him to death. And I saw that from the first time I went and worked him out when he was still at Arkansas. You know, and we went to dinner together, and it was something right away, I'm like, this guy has it. There's something about this kid. You just love him to death.
Is Logan the first guy that knows when a kick's going through the uprights?
Yeah, it usually is, and you know, and there's times when, you know, I even ask him on game day or mid-game, how was that? How did he hit it? And he has a good feel of the sound, the feel, how it got off, just because he's the closest to it, and it's on his hand. I mean, he's the last person to touch it, and he's so talented, and has so much experience. He has the ability that he knows right away. I think he knows when he hits it clean, and again, he's the first guy to see it.
Trammell making that return, coming off the sidelines. What does that say about him, and then just the work you guys do in practice to have everybody prepared?
I think it's great. I mean, I think that's cool. Like I said, credit to him. Obviously, he gets reps in practice, but a lot of times those are not. You know, obviously he's not planning on playing in that game, especially in the overtime. But he prepares every single day. You know, he's on practice squad most of the season. Never wavered his buy-in. Never wavered on preparing like he was going to play week 1 to even this weekend. So he was ready. And the fact that he hit it downhill, he broke a tackle, and then the guys blocking for him. They blocked it up really clean. That was very, again, it was credit to the guys blocking for him as well, of just clean blocks, sound, just everything was super fundamentally sound. It was perfect.
Were you watching the Dallas game, and did you see Aubrey almost attempted it?
Yes, I actually was watching it live. It was he's very, very talented as well, and it was like we were watching it, kind of going, "Oh, no way! Now no way! Not for one day." But there's so many talented kickers. This is a record that wouldn't surprise me if it gets broke again, and hopefully our guy, like I said, our guy can break it again. So there's going to be people going after that record, and because these kickers are so talented.
What was the common theme on Raiders' long kickoff returns last week against you guys?
They did a really good job. They had a good plan, and give credit to McMahon. He's a heck of a football coach. I thought they had a really good plan, and then and ultimately it comes back to us. I got to do a better job of really getting back to the details of getting off blocks. We do a good job of leveraging them. Now we got to get back to the fundamentals of getting off blocks, pad level down, more knockback at point of attack. So these are things that we work on a good amount, but I got to emphasize them more, and that's on me. So we'll work on that this week. There's no question about that.
Has having the K-balls this year changed anything at all? Being up with purple?
I think it gives the equipment guys more time to do it. As far as the ball, they prepare it the exact same way. He just has more time to do it. So as far as the football perspective, they don't do anything different with the, they don't do anything different other than it's more time to do it.
Cam said he was thinking about continuing to use the ball, and Logan had to kind of talk him out of it. Why would he do that? Why would he just,
Logan's the voice of reason. He's like the big brother they all listen to.
Anything else?
We're good. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.